Oh, yeah. You ready for the SEC, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages? The Longhorns need to play an SEC game because they're the only team that hasn't done it. We're going to make our pick for Texas and Florida, and we will debut the envelope game where we will try to make ourselves seem even smarter or even dumber than we actually are. It is the Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Since we have crawled our way into October, it's that time of the year. Go pink and help a great cause. During October, 50% of profits from Poncho's pink shirts will be donated to Casting for Recovery, helping fund free fly fishing wellness retreats for breast cancer patients. A very cool thing they do every year. The Roughneck, the Foreman. Go to ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders for $10 off your first order. Remember, guys, you just might be with a woman who loves a man in a pink shirt. If you haven't asked that question, ask that question. Because there are plenty of women out there that find it pretty magical when their man wears a pink shirt. Check it.
I gave up hope when you said you just might be with a woman. And I was out then.
Yeah.
Hey,
That too, fellas.
I saw some ads online for silicone dolls that you can buy that are like Jason. So.
Okay. I'll find out what kind of shirt they like, and then I'll get that.
That's
we'll
it.
Reach out to them for advertising opportunities.
Yeah, the AI women love the pearl snap for some reason. Can't explain why. Shout out to Poncho. Chance Mock is here. Jason Dick right there. We've got the Country Gorilla Bow Edge ready to roll. And Texas is about to play their first SEC game of the year. So let's dig in, gentlemen. We'll get to our official picks coming up. But let's start with, coming off the bye week. You're getting into SEC play. We're through the parade route, which was a weird parade route, not exactly what we thought we would see. But now certain guys got to step up. Hopefully guys are coming back off of injury. Let's play the who needs to step up game here. Chance Mock, I will start with you. I'll let the quarterback take the first snap here. Give me a Longhorn in your mind that really needs to step up in the swamp.
I think, can I make it a group?
Sure.
Not a full position group, but just a group.
Okay.
I need the three guys in the middle, the center and the two guards, to play a really good football game. We need to be able to run the ball between the tackles. I think we're going to look at a lot of Arch moving the ball. I think they're going to try to make up and give him the ability to make some plays happen with his feet. But we need to be able to start pushing in the middle. It's got to happen, and it has to happen this week against a Florida defense that has its holes. I mean, they're not bad up front, though. Like, it's still a challenge. And with the big one coming up against one of the better defenses in the country, this is a game those three guys have finally got to gel. We've got to get some movement, especially on short yardage and goal line plays. Like, that's the thing that I've got to see out of those three in the middle. Not necessarily the tackles. The two guards and the center have got to play well.
Middle of the offensive line, that could certainly help. Let's go down to the lower right, the president of the you-know-who fan club. Are you picking you-know-who, Jason, or somebody else?
Well, you-know-who, Arch Manning, is coming off of an incredible game against Air, a game where the Longhorns...
Sam Houston Air.
fell in the rankings after a 55-0 defeat. I do think Arch is going to have a big game here, week off. I think Arch and Sark need to have a big game after a week off, a week to scheme. Hopefully they're working on some OU stuff as well. But let me throw some other big names at you. Not that they have been performing poorly, but this defense was supposed to be a dominant Colin Simmons, Anthony Hill Jr. Effort, and they haven't been that, okay? They haven't been bad. But I would like to see, those two guys wreaking some havoc on Saturday.
I think all that is perfectly valid.
Bro, can I co-sign on Jason's? Like, I didn't pick them because, I feel like for the last 2 weeks, I've gone with those two guys, with the exception of I wanted to see Trey Moore. So I co-sign with you, Jason. I've yet to see, and look, give them credit. Some of what they bring to the table is that they free up other guys to make plays, and they force you to focus on them, and I get that. But at the end of the day, those two guys are guys that want to be drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. And in the NFL, you have got to make plays even when they're focused on you. You go back in the days of, and I'm not comparing them size-wise, but the Von Millers and the Myles Garretts, when they were in college, you could double team them and they still made an impact. They still did what they were supposed to do. If Colin Simmons wants to make that jump, he's got to. So co-sign on that one, Jason.
Yeah, 0-1 on offense. Certainly showed up in the last game. 0-1 on defense. I totally agree. Maybe need to dial it up a little bit. Bo Edge, what do you think?
I'll co-sign on half of that. I
Okay.
will co-sign on Colin Simmons. But after reading Alex Dunlap's article, his deep dig this week on Anthony Hill, it actually opened my eyes to some of the things they were doing with Hill schematically in coverage, and they're using Hill in coverage. If Hill's in coverage and there isn't a play, he doesn't make a play, and it doesn't go his way, he's doing exactly what they wanted him to do. He may not have the stats, but from what Alex said, and I do trust Alex's writing and how it translates to the NFL, Hill is putting stuff on tape against these lesser-than teams, showing he can flip his hips in coverage. That may change against a team like Florida. The teams that we've been playing aren't run-heavy attacks. Anthony Hill's a downhill stopper in the run game. They were using him in other ways. Colin has no excuse. Against the Sam Houstons of the world, he should be getting to the quarterback every other play, and he wasn't. So Colin, I'll co-sign. I'll give Anthony Hill a couple games against real teams before I determine whether he's not at that level.
Fair enough. All right, Bo, before I let you get yours in, you gave me a nice segue here. Let's throw up a QR code. Check out orangebloods.com if you haven't. It's a great time to get involved, get signed up, get ready to go because SEC play is about to begin, and Alex Dunlap's Deep Dig article is one of the OB crowd's favorites every week. Just some down and dirty X's and O's football breakdown of offense and defense, specifically the offensive and defensive lines and how they're playing. But it's great stuff. So check it out, orangebloods.com. All right, Bo Edge, who needs to step up against the Gators?
Jarek Gibson.
Oh,
He's going. He's obviously not from Florida, but he went to the IMG Academy. He's going back to his home turf. He's going to have a lot of friends and family there. And I don't care what the injury report says. CJ Baxter ain't playing. If you're listed as doubtful on the injury report and you're CJ Baxter, who's doubtful when he gets out of bed in the morning, love the guy.
How dare you?
But
How dare you?
He is walking doubtful. So if he's actually listed as doubtful, there's no chance CJ Baxter plays. I know that Trey Wisner is supposed to play, but he's coming back from injury. They can't give him 25 carries in a game against Florida. Florida has 6 defensive guys, 6 rotational. I won't say starters, 6 rotational guys already listed as out. 3 in the secondary. Their big nose guard run stuffer, a defensive end, and a linebacker. So if that injury report is accurate, there will be some running availability. Birdie available? Running available. Texas looked, when they had Jarek Gibson in, like they were giving him the chance to be a put your foot in the ground and make a one cut. No zone stretches, no just like one cut, which is what Jarek Gibson's best at against a team without their nose. Jarek Gibson needs to eat. No, like that's the guy that if Jarek Gibson runs for 100+ yards, Arch Manning is going to have a hell of a day because with the 2 safeties out, play action passing, which is one of Arch's best attributes when he can sell it. Can't sell it when there's no running game. If nobody thinks you're actually going to run the football, they don't bite. You get Jarek Gibson early and he's hammering them, Arch will be able to start unleashing, and that might just be the magic elixir beyond playing air that gets Arch back in the right mindset playing football. So I think Jarek Gibson.
I kind of like that mention. Chance, before we leave Gibson, when he said that, and Bo even used the phrase, of all the running backs, Gibson is my favorite foot in the ground guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one other back I can think of that when he put, like, I'd love for it to be another guy. I'd love for it to be one of 3 other guys, but none of them have been that guy to me. But when he puts his foot in the ground and they run the play right and they block the play right, especially when it kind of gets out to the edge a little bit and he gets upfield, I think he's the best of the bunch.
Well, he runs, his pad level is great. Number one, I think he runs with lower pad level than most of the other guys. Number 2, like I love how he gets downfield, and I think he's going to have a big game. But here's my question to you, Chad, because if I'm reading it correctly, when they put out the injury report, they had doubtful, questionable, probable, but then those guys were listed for Florida as out, correct?
Correct. The Florida designation was out.
So
the 3 Texas designations were the others.
So this is my question, though. In the SEC, if you list somebody as out and they play on Saturday, does the team get a fine?
Yeah, you can't do that. There's a certain – now, the one –
it could be a what $10,000 fine to a university?
I'm not saying they
Yeah.
won't. I'm just
List everybody out.
Now, I can't remember, Chance, if it's each report, but there is a specific report. It might be the one. Remember, there's one 90 minutes before kickoff as well.
Right.
I know that one. If you list somebody as out on that one, they are not allowed to suit up and play in 90 minutes. And it may also be the case earlier in the week. So it may exist that if you say somebody's out, you need to maybe they need to declare them either questionable or whatever by a certain point, or maybe once you say they're out, they cannot play.
I say it because of the money lines and the gamblers, right? Like that's what the reason for having the report is. That's the only reason.
Yeah, you can't go from out to play. I just don't know the time period. There are rules there. Yes, you can't.
My guess, and it would only be that guess, would be the Wednesday report. There's some flexibility. Like if somebody went and saw a specialist on Friday and that guy said, no, he doesn't need to have surgery.
Yeah.
It changed. I don't think they're going to tell the kid he can't play. Like if the team trainer says he's out and then he goes and sees his own doctor and that guy's like, no, this is good. Now the Saturday one you're talking about, Chad, the 90-minute one, that one's 100%. But I think the Wednesday is more, here's what's going on so people can be informed.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a steadfast, hard rule.
Yeah, I'll double check on that for you this week, Chance. See if I can find you a better answer. But I know there's at least some connections in there.
I'm going to try my new beverage here, the strawberry watermelon.
Jason, our local gambler, what do you think?
Well, speaking of gambling and beverages, Bo, what'd you say? If Gibson has 100 yards, if that happens, I'm going to say that's a lot of garbage time yards because I believe Trey Wisner will carry the ball every chance that he is available. I am willing to wager with you right now, Bo Edge, that Trey Wisner will outrush Jarrett Gibson. I will bet you one of your disgusting Cheech and Chang THC beverages that Wisner.
Why are you disparaging the high tea? I can't drink alcohol, sir.
Sorry. Well, I feel you on that one.
Banned from booze for life by my doctor.
Maybe I will try a high tea after Wisner runs for 145 yards.
I will gladly buy. There's a right up the road.
Was that 145? Is that what you just said?
I'm telling you, I think Wisner could have played versus Sam Houston State. He's got a week off, and I think he's going to hit the ground literally running. Okay, for lots of yards against Florida.
So, Jason, let me ask you this. In your optimal situation, going into Oklahoma, first game back, trying to get – how many carries would you like to see Wisner get?
20.
See, I would have stayed in the 8 to 12 range. If I can get him into 8 to a dozen runs and be like, all right, he's good, he feels good. I feel like 20, I worry about pushing it.
20 is a lot. Nobody gets 20 anymore, I guess. Even if he's 100% not injured, he probably doesn't get 20. So maybe I fired off a little prematurely there. But never hardly ever been the case.
First time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Maybe 15.
15 to 20 is what I would say. But I think that until they are in garbage time, he's the man, and Gibson is in a spelling role.
Okay.
Spelling Wisner.
Here's where I will.
Not like a spelling bee.
I'll play the other side of that coin.
Spelling
Jason.
Wisner. Wisner.
Our boy Wisner will be the feature back. I'm not disputing the premise, but he is going to be on a pitch count, and they are going to need a back out of the backfield because Sark loves throwing the backs out of the backfield. And let's be real, that is not Jarrett Gibson's strong suit. He is much more between the tackles, one cut runner. So I think a lot of Wisner's pitch count is going to be used in motions and things that free up Arch and potential runs with Arch. I think and you're right, some of it may be garbage time, but I don't think this game is going to be such a big number that there is actual garbage time. There will be running between the tackles to eat clock time, and that fits Gibson's style more, especially if Wisner's already had some tread on the tires. And that's when Florida's defense is going to be tired. Like I said, if Jarrett Gibson goes over 75 yards, let's just use that as a threshold, Texas wins the game.
Oh, my God. Texas definitely wins the game.
That's why he is my guy this week. That if he steps up, and there will be an opportunity because Baxter, like I said, will be out. Christian Clark is a year removed from Achilles surgery. And he's struggling and getting he needs to rest a little more. I think it's Wisner and Gibson. I think Wisner will be there in most of the main downs, but I think Gibson gets enough. I think Gibson gets 8 to 10 carries. And if he can generate the kind of yard per carry against a weakened Florida defense, Texas wins.
Yeah,
So,
Chance, I know you got a follow up. Hang on for me 1 second. Let's hear from Covert Ford, and then Chance has got something for Bo.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Covert, and since 1909, the Covert family has been committed to Austin's community. For 116 years, we've grown with Texas, driving progress, building trust, and serving the Austin community. Whether it's the all-new 2025 F-150 or the versatile 2025 Ford Maverick, we're here to help you find the perfect fit, just like we've done for generations. At Covert Ford, it's more than cars. It's about family, service, and a legacy of trust. Visit covertford.com and become part of our story.
Covert Ford right there on 183. I have bought over 15 vehicles for my family and myself at Covert, and I had the pleasure of getting a brand new Ford F-150 about a week and a half ago. Went and saw outsider Chris Abbott, had to take him his poncho shirt for the month, and ended up getting a 2025 Ford F-150. It's amazing, guys. Like, the technology on these new vehicles will blow your mind. Go see Covert Ford right there on 183. Go talk to Chris Abbott. Go talk to Kenny Covert. He's walking around all the time. Seamless, simple process. Took less than an hour. Here's my truck. Take the new truck. Already have everything set up. They have a concierge that comes and programs your truck how you want it. Syncs it to your phone. Gets all your radio stations to work right. Gets everything done. It's amazing. Covert Ford right there on 183.
Shout out to Covert Ford. By the way, Bo, just to clarify, when you say you've gotten over 15 vehicles from Covert, does that mean 16? Or does it mean like it's might be 32 and you just lost count?
It's a lot.
Okay, I just wondered.
Like that I'm on. I don't lease vehicles. I just buy them for short periods of time until I get bored with them and then turn them into something different. So there was a stretch there where I was going through a new vehicle every 6-8 months.
All right, fair enough. Shout out to Covert Ford. We do have the envelope game coming up.
I hate money. Like, let's just be real. I hate money.
Chance is tired of us just vocally looking like idiots, and he wants to put it in writing. We'll explain that coming up. We've also got our picks on Texas and Florida. You had something, though, Chance, for Bo, as he was talking about Jarrett Gibson.
No, I actually had it for you, Mr. Chad.
Oh, okay.
Going back to that injury report, there's a name that we haven't mentioned. We haven't mentioned him all year because he's been hurt, and one that I think could be a big spark in this offense. And he was listed as questionable this week, but I thought there was a comment by Sark that was really, really interesting about how the wide receiver room is coming together. Mm-hmm. Emmett Mosley was listed as questionable. If he comes back this weekend, I feel like that is a weapon that this offense is an experienced guy a possession guy that's going to catch the ball, will get yak yards. What are your thoughts on, do you think, and everything you've talked to Jeff, you talk to him for hours every day, what's the chances we see him on Saturday?
I think they're really good. In fact, I don't think there's just one. I think there's 3 different things that were said this week. You mentioned the Sark part. That was the 3rd one. There were 2 other comments this week. Arch Manning was asked about the receivers and stuff, and specifically about Mosley. And he said, among other things, quote, "I don't want to give anything away." And it was like, oh, okay. But then he talked about like what he's done, what he could do on this offense. When Parker Livingston was asked about Mosley, he said, quote, "I'm excited to have him back. It's going to be fun." And then later talked about Coach Jackson and how they've got some new stuff that they're going to be running, and, making, how to deal with the reps and stuff. And every time, all that I heard, and I'm like, wait a minute, 3's going to play. And then he's listed as questionable. So I would assume we're going to see some Emmett Mosley because none of them really shut it down. Sark was given an opportunity, if he wanted to say, hey, look, we can't wait for him to be back, but we've really got to. He didn't do that. He didn't
pump the brakes like he did with Wisner. Remember, Correct. He did not paint himself in that corner. He came out and said, this wide receiver room is really developing into its own identity.
Yeah, so I would expect to see, right, that's my expectation going into the game, that we will see number 3. Yes.
So, Chance, this parallels to what I was talking about last week about Sark holding too much back because he didn't deem it necessary and didn't want to give the Florida, Oklahoma, later this month, Georgia film with Emmett Mosley on it. There was no need to play him against Sam. If you replace Sam Houston with Georgia, I think Emmett Mosley played last week. I think he's ready. And I do think, and you tell me as a quarterback, having the comfortability of a guy that is a sure-handed possession type receiver, he's not going to take the top off a defense, but he gets open. He creates separation through precise route running, not through speed. That might just be the magic elixir that Arch needs as well. Like a guy that he knows he can throw to a spot and the guy's going to be in the spot.
I mean, because we cannot go a week without a Bills reference, he reminds me of Khalil Shakir. He gets open. He's take your drink. He's a guy that every quarterback loves to have. Huh?
You mentioned the Bills. We have to drink.
I know.
Of course. Got to do it.
But that's what I think. When I watched his film, when we got him out of the transfer portal, and I went and watched all his highlights from Stanford, that's what I thought. Is this guy's great with his feet. His routes are incredible. He creates separation off the route, which a lot of guys can't do. A lot of guys just use their athletic ability. He sets up routes really freaking well. And I think I think he might be that magic elixir that gives this offense a little something extra.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo, to your don't want to show anything to Oklahoma, Georgia on film, does that hold true a little bit this week as well? Florida is so miserable on offense. They have not scored 20 versus a real team. They have not gone over 10 versus a Power 5 team. I think you can win this game with defense and leaning on them for 4 quarters on offense. You don't hold anything back because you got Oklahoma and Georgia coming up?
And here's why. Part of the reason Florida has struggled is because their Arch Manning, 5-star, amazing athlete, DJ Lagway, has been hurt. Now, could he still be hurt this week? Yes. But they're playing for Billy Napier's job this week. There is no doubt. If they get beat bad by Texas, Napier doesn't make it through the weekend. That's the bottom line based on the South Florida loss, the other losses. So I think Billy is going to throw everything at it. And if you have a guy like DJ Lagway, and he has a day, as all great athletes can have, you can't be holding back. You can't look past a road game against Florida at 11 a.m. with a guy that's going to be an NFL signal caller. You bring everything you got, and if you put some on tape, then you counterplay off of it, so Oklahoma goes the other way.
I would do the opposite. I would put everything on tape. I would put shit out there for Oklahoma to have to think about all week long. I would put, even if you have no desire to ever run it against Oklahoma, I would put that on tape. If you don't want to run against Georgia, if it's not your offense, put the tape out there so they have to spend time on it. I love it.
T 2:30 on Saturday. Let's go.
I agree. I agree with you, Chance. I've always thought that the holding stuff back is the Bigfoot and Loch Ness monster of the Texas football fan. They love to talk about it. They claim to have pictures of it, but I don't think it's real. I really don't.
Back, where did it come out last year against Georgia in the SEC championship? Like if you were holding stuff back, well, I mean, you're not holding it back for the playoffs. I mean, come on, we're here, we're playing for a championship, and it still didn't happen. I think, like I said, put as much on tape as possible, and let Oklahoma's defensive coaching staff worry about how they're gonna attack us next week, because that's a damn good defense.
Yeah.
Or Jason, to use if you think if this ends up the blowout that you apparently think it could be, I hope you're right. Then maybe you hold back a couple of these gadget plays for the second half if you need them. Like if the game is going the direction that you want in the first half, and it's 24-3 at the half, and you don't want to run the double reverse pass to Arch or something, fine. But I think we as Texas fans, me included, sometimes we see teams in their worst moments, and we know we're going to get their best at home, fighting for the coach that most of them seem to like's job that they fought for last year at the end of the year. 11 a.m. kicks are always screwy anyway. So to go to a different time zone, so now it's a 10 a.m. kick, like that is Texas needs to come out with their hair on fire, and Texas shouldn't be holding shit back. Texas needs to put the pedal down.
It's 2:30 though, right?
You're not talking about this game, right? 2:30 kick.
Is it 2:30? I thought it was 11.
No,
it's 2:30.
Easy on the weed drinks there, buddy. Easy.
I get my morning back.
You'll be there in plenty of time, Bo. If you're there at 11, I mean, you could, you'll definitely catch the game.
Going to Tallahassee, Chad.
Today he's drinking the Cheech Beach.
It's Gainesville, not Tallahassee.
Wow,
You
we
might want to go
really
easy.
need to.
Go
we
easy
really
on
need
the
to-
liquid pot there, Bo.
No,
Wow.
Bo went from the Cheech Peach to the Chong Bong on that one. He flew right past the little 10 milligram drink.
My
To
goodness.
Willie's water, okay? It's been a day.
All right.
Mrs.
Bo,
Edge, we need a supervisor for Bo.
Bo, just to make sure, can you name your mascot? Do you know the mascot of your college football team?
We are the Fighting Mike Elkos, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've
Oh
now
my
now
God.
it has gone away. All right, Texas and Florida, 2:30 kick in Gainesville. The other thing to remember about this game is rain. Earlier in the week, it was a little more. It feels like the chances are going down a little bit, but as of recording this show, I've seen 70% during the day, 50% during the evening. So that could be a part of it too, and could be a reason maybe you hold a play back if you get the perfect situation for some kind of a trick play or gadget play, and it's raining. That might be a different, that might be a reason to hang on to it as well. All right, guys, I think it's about time to pick this game. Anybody want to go first? Anybody so excited about their pick they want to lead it off?
Let Bo go.
Bo Edge.
Let the Chong Dong go.
Bo Edge threw his hand up.
Bo's
Bo.
taking the Seminoles.
Bo, you going with TCU or Florida State?
Bucknell. Can I take Bucknell?
Bucknell, book it.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Portland right now. Can I take Portland State?
No, please don't. There's enough. They got enough going on right now, Bo.
Well, there's I saw on the news stuff about Chicago. Northwestern, I am lucid enough. Texas, 31-17. Arch those for 300 yards. And Texas lets John Mateer decide to stay out of next week because he don't want his hand to get hurt worse by that defense.
31-17. That is a nice score there. All right.
Okay.
That would be a cover, right? What's the line?
6.5.
It went down today to
right.
5.5. Did you see
Oh, really?
that?
It did go down.
Yeah.
Little money,
Really?
money change there. All right. Jason Dick, you want to go next? What do you like?
Holy snap. I see it at 4.5 now.
So it's gone down even
on
more.
ESPN.
Ooh, money
Yeah.
on the Gators.
Money coming
on
in
the Gators.
on the Gators. You know
Okay.
what? Not scared. I'm going to go. I see your 31-17, Bo, and I raise you 4 less points for the Gator. I'm going to go. That didn't work at all. 30-13. Okay. Florida has lost 3 in a row. As I mentioned earlier, they have significant offensive struggles. This 5-star NFL passer, who I guess is hurt, DJ Lagway, had 61 yards 6 days ago. All right. So I am not intimidated by their offensive presence whatsoever. And I think I'm going 30-13. And I'm going to say that score is pretty close to solid, pretty close to set at the start of the fourth quarter. And then Texas is just running out the clock the rest of the
Interesting.
game.
All right,
30-13.
2 picks for Texas, 2 picks where Texas scores 30 or more. Chance Mock, are you going up that high with this thing?
I'm not going to go that high. And I'm not letting our defense give up as much as either of these two either. I don't think that they've scored more than 10 against any Power 5 defense. And Texas is the best defense I think that they've faced, in my opinion. With that said, I think 24-10 Texas. I think they cover. They look good. I think because of the weather, it could be a little bit of a sluggish type game, but I think you'll see Texas have some big plays. Whether they get in the end zone and the red zone, that's going to be a whole nother question. But I don't think the defense gives up points. I think 24-10 is it.
Interesting. Chance, you and I are thinking along the lines of the same game. I'm just going to take one of your field goals and make it a touchdown. 28-10 Texas is going to be my score. I'm with you on this defense. I think they are really, really good. And I've watched this Florida team play a couple times this year. Wow. Their offense is if Florida, I don't even know if Florida plays Auburn this year, but that will set offensive football back a long ways if Lagway's still banged up. And I agree with Bo. I think he is. He was hurt in the offseason. He's hurt now. He just doesn't look like himself. And he's a turnover machine. That offense can't get going. So I like 28-10 Texas. I think you Texas fans are going to feel good about this team coming out. I still sense that there's this weird nervousness about, it was 55 now, but Sam Hugh, I think there's going to be confidence coming out of it. Because the one thing I love about y'all is when you believe going to Dallas. I don't like nervousness going to Dallas. I don't like skittishness. I don't like, you can always take the record book and throw. I don't like that attitude when we get to OU week. I want teeth out, claws out, blood on the floor attitude when it comes to that game. So I'm hoping that's what we see this week, and you guys have a little swagger as you get ready for OU. 2018.
I want to go on the record that I want John Mateer to have his hand magically healed Mr. Miyagi style, because I don't want to hear about how we kicked Oklahoma's ass and the only reason was because Mateer couldn't play. I want him 100% cleared.
Hey,
I want him running for his life against our defense.
Let me tell you something, though.
I'm going to take the backup.
I agree, Bo. I totally agree. A healthy, you give me healthy Lagway, healthy Mateer, I'll still pick Texas in both of these games.
Hey, if you go to the message boards, though, in Oklahoma, there was a guy that worked at Chipotle who saw John Mateer at Chipotle who said he is good to go. So, just saying.
He was eating a burrito with both hands, no limitation.
No. He squeezed that burrito.
You know what? Hey, Chance called for it. We're going to have to update it, gentlemen. We're going to have to give him the update. We hit this on the show this week. We're going to go to the evidence because this guy has maybe this may be about as level one a source as you can. Here it is from Oklahoma Sooner Ag on Texags. Howdy, Ags. I have relevant news. Sooner quarterback John Mateer will play versus Texas. I was in Chipotle tonight in Norman, Oklahoma, and Mateer was in line in front of me, not behind him, in front of him, so he could clearly see him. The tortilla presser asked Mateer how his hand is doing, and Mateer said, great. Mateer then said he is, quote, 100% going to play versus Texas, end quote. Here's to hoping Mateer leads the Sooners to shut out the Horns.
Because Mateer has a lot to do with the Horns being shut out, I just got to say.
Yeah.
The tortilla presser.
I need a follow-up.
Not even the person that puts the beans and the meat on.
Yeah,
the presser of the
tortilla. I didn't know
tortilla.
Mateer si habla español, but all right.
Guys, I love a good crazy SEC story. The only thing that was missing was the words waffle and house. Like, that was awesome.
Can I get a follow-up from Oklahoma Sooner Ag? What does John Mateer order at Chipotle? All right. I've been pretty impressed with the young man in the limited amount I've seen him so far, but he puts in a bad Chipotle order. I mean, if he's a barbacoa guy, get out.
You're out.
Yeah.
Get out.
What's wrong with barbacoa? No.
I mean, it's fine, but there's carne asada on the menu, dog.
Yeah, keep carne asada forever and make barbacoa the seasonal
special. They don't sell Big Red, so you can't have barbacoa without Big Red. Come on now.
All right.
It's not American.
Taking a shot at barbacoa. Yeah, so we'll see.
It's Chipotle barbacoa.
We'll see where Mr. Mateer's injury ends up next week. Oklahoma has Kent State this week for him to rest up. All right, we've got a new idea on the Outsiders, and we will get you the sponsor after we present this. Chance Mock, this is your idea. It's your baby. Would you like to present the envelope game to the people?
Well, I don't know that I could do as good of a job as you could do, Chad, but I'll give you the gist of it. The gist is we want to have an envelope game where each week we are all going to write down on a piece of paper. I'm not going to let you see what I wrote down, but it is written down.
Yep.
Some kind of prediction for this weekend, which I will seal on air in the envelope. Each of us will seal it in the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, we will be forced to open said envelope and read aloud what we said, because it's really easy to make predictions on Thursday and people forget about it. We come back Monday and we start talking about it. But guess what? On Monday, we're going to have to open these envelopes, and we will all either have the chance to jeer or cheer for each other for what we have predicted.
Very nice. Let me make sure I understand the rules, Chance Mock. So this can cover anything in college or pro football?
Yep.
Okay. And you want one prediction per week? Or is it a couple? Like, what are our limitations?
I did 2 this week.
You did 2.
I did 2.
Okay.
But there's no rules on how many you can do. If you've got something you feel strongly about, you write it real big on that piece of paper and you stamp it with a triple stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. I learned that during Dumb and Dumber. But you can triple stamp it, and we'll see.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I got two things written down. I feel very good. I feel very good about my two things,
When you
gentlemen.
deliver my whatever the Willie you drink,
yeah.
when you lose your bet, I have 100-pack of security envelopes that I acquired at the Walgreens for it was $1.49. So I got your envelope, so don't complain about that.
Thank you. I did on the last episode complain about this envelope game because I was like, I got to go out and buy envelopes. All right. But I'll have you know, guys, I have stolen from a local business. I won't say where so as to keep myself on the run. I've stolen 6 envelopes. All right. Now, I guess that doesn't get me to the end of the season, but surely I'll miss 2 of the shows. So
that is awesome. Please don't tell them.
That gets you to 2028 based on your track record showing up.
That is unbelievable. All right, Bo, since we are firing up this new game on the Outsiders, we decided that one of our great partners is going to be the sponsor. You've heard from them before. They are now going to be the sponsor of the envelope game, Battalion Fire Protection. Tell them about it, Bo.
Guys, don't wait for the emergency to realize that your house or your business is not fire protected. Your sprinklers don't work. You don't have the right extinguishers. Get with Battalion. 755-6569. That's 755-6569. You can always scan the QR code right there on the bottom of our screen. Veteran-owned, Central Texas proud. Full service fire protection. If you're in the construction game, you get the fire protection bit. This is who you want to use. From Waco to Georgetown, all in between. Battalion Fire Protection.
It is.
Hey, and let me add to that real quick, Chad. Because I myself am in the fire protection game, and the group at Battalion, they have combined over like 75 years. The group that's running that in fire protection service, and you're talking about saving lives and property, right? In fire protection, and these guys, I spent an hour and a half on the phone with them. Freaking unbelievable what they're doing over there. So I can personally speak to that one.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
I'm sure envelope technology, this is not cutting edge necessarily, but this is how long I've been out of the envelope game, guys. These envelopes have like a sticky tab. I like pulled a thing off and I licked a thing and I tried to shut it. It didn't do anything. I was like, what's going on?
Isn't that great? Yeah. It's got like a strip. Mine did too.
It's unbelievul. All right?
So now Jason's down to 4 envelopes.
He obviously wasn't at the jiggly joint where he normally gets his envelopes from. You got to
lick it before you stick it.
For the envelopes.
So when we debut the show on Tuesday, Chance, that's when we're going to open the envelopes and see if we were right.
That's when we'll open them up and see if we're right, and we'll have our next week's open.
There it is. Don't open until next week.
Real quick, I just want to see if y'all saw this story for the dick move that I want to throw out for today.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to get the details all wrong, but that doesn't.
That
Did y'all see the story about the announcer? I think it was Florida A&M in South Alabama, where one of the teams had what they called, this is on their paraphernalia, plus size dance team.
They're the bumblebees.
The honeybees. They're called the honeybees.
They look like bumblebees.
For the other team, the PA announcer, been there like 50 years.
Yeah.
He made a wisecrack that this was the best ad for Ozempic you've ever seen.
Oh, no. Wow.
And he's catching a ton of shit. No. Everybody mad at him for saying it. It's true. He's not like the dick move is you getting mad at him. He's a 70-year-old man that just spouts off what he thinks if a bunch of fat people are dancing. He's telling you to use Ozempic. Fat guy.
Bo, hang on 1 second. Hold on. It's all about the right tool for the right job, and it's all about the right person for the right job. You said he's the PA announcer?
Yes.
For 50 years.
For the other band? Is that what you're saying? Or just for the stadium in general?
I don't know which team was which, but the PA announcer for the home team, when the Honeybees took the field, he cracked an Ozempic joke. They label themselves the plus-size dance team. They know they're plus-size. It's not like they're pretending.
If my guy is well-known for a podcast, radio show, TV show, stand-up bits, that's fine. That is not what the PA job is for. It's not.
He was giving his sponsor some extra airtime.
That is not. If they're sponsored by Ozempic, that's a different discussion.
name yourself the plus size. You can't get offended by somebody making Ozempic. Like, you're literally marketing that you're big. As a fat guy and a former fat guy next to me and Jason, it's okay to embrace your fatness.
Yeah, I think I think those are two different things. But hey, so what is he in trouble? Like, is he gonna lose his job?
He's not going anywhere. What do you do?
The school isn't mad at him. The internet jackasses are mad at him. He's like a 75-year-old dude that's like in this little.
But they're gonna leave him alone, right? They're gonna leave him alone.
I think
Liz.
Yeah, I certainly don't. No, I don't think the man needs to lose his job or anything. It's out of line, but maybe that's his thing
with race. Like, they were literally like labeling him a racist online. He was making fun of their fatness, not their race. It had nothing to do with it.
They're both HBCU schools. He is a man of color, and like, it was just a hysterical.
It was funny. Like, at some point, you just have to. Sometimes you have to take a step back and laugh. Like,
what's a
wild comment
by everything?
What's his BMI? What's his?
It's up there.
People always. I hate this. Okay,
no one kind of jokester.
Well, yeah. Whenever I would call somebody out for being, hilariously overweight, I would always they would be like, "Oh yeah, look who's talking," and I'm like, "Yeah. I'm a goddamn expert, okay? You got Tony Romo in the booth over here, all right? If you had some skinny guy talking about other fat people, you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about."
So he does sound like
Hawaii, homie.
He might be an expert. And who knows? Maybe he smarts off at everybody. Maybe that's part of his shtick. Maybe he's like the smart-ass PA guy, and that's what he's known for.
I'll send you the video. I thought I sent it to you maybe, but I'll send it to you. Like, you can't even do it justice until you hear it, because the entire crowd goes, "Oh!"
And he's laughing. He's literally laughing at his own joke as he tells it. Like, he knew he was trying to be funny. It wasn't like it wasn't like he slipped up. He knew exactly what he was doing. He probably planned the joke in advance.
Chance, did it have like a little Def Comedy Jam vibe to it? Was it like that? Was it like when Martin Lawrence would take it and land a good one?
Oh yeah,
yes.
He knew he landed a good one.
That's badass. All right.
They should embrace it.
Wildcats, when they're like, "You ugly." Yeah.
Right.
Jason, you're exactly right.
I don't know that there's dance teams that have a uniform sponsor, but get an Ozempic patch. Put it on there next week. And, you might have better luck with like an Arby's or somebody, but maybe you get an actual sponsorship out of this thing. All right.
Well, why don't you go with like Golden Corral? What makes you disparage the great people at Arby's?
They got the beef.
Yeah,
I think if you balanced it out and had Arby's and Ozempic, I think that would be a good, right? Like, I think that's perfect. Yeah, balancing. That is fantastic. All right, before we wrap up this week, let's take a look at a couple of doodle hats, because Last Stand Hats, as we told you last week, has these very cool hats. And we found out even more information. We told you these are inspired by the drawings of not only a 4-year-old, but it's the 4-year-old of like the owner, right, Bo? Is that what we found out?
Yes, it is. It is his son.
Look at that.
They started this a few months ago with some Longhorn stuff. And he made a few prototypes, and Razor got one at a baseball game, and everybody's like, make more, make more. So that's why he came out with the doodle line, but he wanted to put them for all the teams that they offer. So slowly but surely, his son is drawing, and then they're getting it cleaned up and whatever. But these are all kid design hats. What better way to get your kid to root for the team you're rooting for than a hat like this?
That's my favorite.
It's the best propaganda to get your kid to support your team that I've ever seen.
I'm not even sure what Doodle Duck is. I can't even connect that to a team, but some of the others are pretty obvious. The horse, the frog. We showed you the horn last week. 2 different ones of those. If you want to go the black bill or the beige, little Texas State vibe over here. Some very cool stuff.
Go back up a little bit, Chad.
Yeah.
Just one more row to my favorite one. Keep going.
Which one? The
right
elephant?
there, the doodle bird. Like, I don't know why I love the
like
doodle
the bird. You get look at that.
I think it's a Roadrunner, right?
It's like a UTSA vibe right there. He's all
doodle bird.
By the way, the only thing the doodle bird needs, apparently he has not hit leg day in a while. Like, just all upper body.
So it's
all
okay.
all upper body with the doodle bird. There's a lot of good stuff there. And also, we'll remind you, Occupy Left Field stuff with Last Stand. If you need the Not an Aggie hat, they've got that for you. The best, the gooder, the better, the womp, which I still don't fully understand. But if you want a womp hat, get it. You got some Oh No, some Tejas, jewelry, shirts. They got all kinds of stuff. There's more UTSA stuff if you need it. A lot of great stuff. Look at that little backwards, the inverted pony up and Tarleton. So they got some of those hats if you're into that vibe as well. Lots of good stuff at Last Stand Hats, but definitely check out the Doodle Hat Collection. And remember, if you really want your kids to look cool, get your kids the Outsiders hats, because nothing says you're cool at the elementary school like legitimately worth a shit on your hat. Like that's how you do it.
It has the Hook'em logo for the eye. It doesn't actually say shit.
No, it doesn't. Right. It's very clean. It's very PG.
Hook'em logo's an H.
Very, very PG. What was that, Chance?
So the Hook'em logo's an H, not the I.
Right.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Is that right?
I was going to say, I'm
Sorry.
not
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not an English major, but I'm pretty good with the alphabet, and I don't know how you're going to make the Hook'em logo into the I. I was like,
yeah, Bo, I'm looking at it right now, and it's just got a dollar sign as an S. That's it. There's no Hook'em.
There's no Hook'em sign.
No. Come on,
all
Bo.
right, Bo, you're going to rehab. Okay.
Seriously, my God.
Okay, sorry. That's the shirt that Chance made for me that had the logo with that. So
that's what it was. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So parents, beware.
If Oklahoma
that's the one that Razor wore to school, because he also wore his Bert Audubon is my kicker and some others.
Parents, beware. If you're ordering the Outsiders hats, probably not the ones the kids should wear to school. There are 12 different color combos, though. Use the promo code Outsiders10 when you order your stuff at Last Stand Hats.
What was your score prediction, Bo? 31-17. Are you sure that's not the PIN number on your ATM card?
It might be both. Oh my God.
That's actually a football score. Then
yeah.
I'm happy to be happy. So you be you, Jason.
Bo, yes, Bo is very happy. Before we close up and send Bo to bed, we'll remind you to go to ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders for $10 off your first order. Maybe you consider the pink. Maybe you consider some of their other stuff. If you go pink, 50% of the profits go to that great organization, Casting for Recovery, helping fund free fly fishing wellness retreats for breast cancer patients. It's an incredible program that they help donate money to each and every year. So you might look into the Redneck or the Foreman and get that order. Whatever you do at ponchooutdoors.com/outsiders, $10 off your first order. We do love ourselves some poncho shirts on this show. Somebody said I look like a Mormon in this shirt today, like I was going to be on a bicycle or something. I dig this. This is like what is this? The Benito or the Lano, one of the ones with the little pattern on it.
Staccato.
I think it looks sharp myself, but somebody said I look like I was going to be on a bike trying to, hand out Mormon Bibles.
You're just converting people, Chad.
Hey, have you considered your relationship with the Outsiders? Let's talk about it. I have some literature. Actually, you know what? Thanks to Chance Mock, I do have literature now. I have stuff next week, actual things that are written down. We'll do that. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, getting your notifications. Up over 152,000 subscribers now on the YouTube page. We appreciate that. And Bo, we're up over what? 500,000 views?
As of tomorrow's episode, if we get like 13 people to watch, which I'm hoping we do, we'll be over 500,000 views in a little over 2 years.
There it is. How about that? Come on. I'm not even doing that math. Don't do the math, Jason. I can see you trying to do math. Don't do that math.
Good. I don't know.
Just means we're awesome.
We've done 180 episodes. Jason's about 74.
Jason, see, but that's the thing is Jason is averaging like 40,000 views an episode.
Yeah. Efficiency. That's what I do. Okay.
He's going for quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
That's his plan.
My OPS is off the charts compared to you guys.
Y'all have a great week. Next week with another massive game coming up. We will go 2 shows again. We'll premiere Tuesday at 10 a.m., and then Friday. Thank you for checking out this week's Friday show here, premiering in the 10 o'clock hour. For the bigger games, we'll do that. We'll do it for the OU week. We'll do it for the Georgia week. And hey, if, Vanderbilt keeps looking like this, we may have to do it for the Vanderbilt week too. So check us out twice next week. We'll be premiering Tuesday at 10 a.m. We'll see what's in the envelopes and see if we were right and all that. And we'll see how the Longhorns looked in Gainesville. Come join us for some OU Week talk. It's always a good time. And thank y'all for supporting us here at Orange Bloods Live. Until the next show, we are the Outsiders, and we are, whether it's on the hat or not, legitimately worth a shit. See ya.